Hey everybody, this is Veljko and this is my car. It's a Toyota Corolla, and in this video I'm gonna say the top things that I don't like about the car. Apologies for the glasses, it's very sunny day, but yeah, just want to show you the car. And this is a Toyota Corolla T Sport, like a sporty version of a Corolla. As you can see, it's a bit dirty, but I actually love the design of the car. It's very simple, very elegant. In person it's much better than in pictures, but yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna say my top things that, again, I don't like about it. Although those are very minor things, like some of them don't even bother me, but it may bother to some other owners, that I'm aware of the problem, but I don't necessarily find it like, you know, something that I hate. So yeah, let's get to it. The first thing is the headlights. Now, I love the design of the headlights, it's very striking, but they actually fog a lot faster than the other competitors of the year. So of course, I mean, I cleaned my headlights in recent memory, so they're not that foggy, but I'll show you the picture of them when they are, and it's quite, you know, it gets foggy very fast, but yeah, not a big deal, it's just something to note. Also, some people don't like how there's a huge gap, especially in the rear tires. As you can see, again, that doesn't bother me so much because, I mean, this is a hatchback. It's not supposed to be so sleek and so low to the ground, because hatchbacks are usually kind of taller with the shape. So again, it doesn't bother me. It's just some people, like my friends, don't like it as much. If this was a saloon or something that is so sleek and lower body, then of course the big gaps are gonna be noticed and it's gonna be not as attractive. This car is totally stock. I didn't do any mods on it. The only things that I did is just little stickers here and there, and I'll show the interior. The interior is, as you can see, original, and I didn't do anything except for the gear knob and the aluminium pedals. That's also another thing that I did. But other than that, the interior is pretty stock. So yeah, as you can hear the little squeak from the doors, that's something that I need to fix. But just to say my overall thoughts on this vehicle is that this vehicle is amazing. This is my first car. I've owned it for almost 5 years and I really love it, especially the engine. The engine is my best part. It's a 1.8 liter with 193 horsepower, and it is just, acceleration is so immediate and so fast because it doesn't have a turbo. The acceleration is like you're in F1 car, like it's immediate. This car doesn't show how powerful it is. I mean, yes, this car is pretty and simple, but it's not like as in your face as it is under the hood. Under the hood, it's like an absolute monster. Acceleration-wise, it's easily matching with Civic Type R from the same year. But that brings me to the transmission, and the thing that I don't like about the transmission is that the gears are so long. I'll give you some numbers. The first gear gets you to 75 kilometers per hour. The second gear, you're already going 110 kilometers per hour. But I know why they did that. I mean, there's more RPMs, like this car is revving to 8,200 RPMs. So because of more RPMs, the gears are taller than in the regular vehicle. Now, I don't mind that as much. I know why they did that. I mean, they optimized the engine with the transmission to make the best acceleration possible. But mostly I drive this car in a city, and in a city you want a bit of shorter gears to have more fun. Because in this car it has the similar thing like VTEC in Hondas. They give you the most fun at higher RPM. But in this car it's too long for the city streets. I really like shifting the manual transmission in this car. So I would have liked it if the gears are a bit shorter. I will demonstrate that when I get to the more open road. Okay, now I'm gonna demonstrate. This is in first gear. That is already 100 kilometers per hour. which is way past the city speed limits. It was fun though, but you heard how the gears are longer than in the normal sports car, let's say. For example, this is second gear. Still going. And that's the red line. So that was again 110 kilometers per hour. Very fast, and like you can't have the full potential of the car in city. Of course, it's meant on a highway, but it just happens that I don't travel as much. Again, most of my drive is in the city, so that's why I would wish to have more to be more engaged with the shorter gears. And 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is actually pretty good. It's around 6.5 seconds, 0 to 60, which is pretty fast. I mean, again, it's up there with the Civic Type R of the same year. And sorry, I didn't mention, this car is from 2002. The next thing that I don't like are the bolsters for the seats. Now, as you can see, this bolster here it's quite big and it holds you in place very good. But my problem is with the lower ones. They're not as huge, and this distance, like, it's very wide up here, and I'm not like a very big guy. I mean, I'm more on the skinny side. So in corners, like, I don't feel, it doesn't hold me so well. I mean, it's not bad. It's just when I really dive into corners, I can feel like my body is moving left or right a little bit. So yeah, again, not a big deal, but it's just something that I don't like about the car. Now, the next thing that I don't like are the long doors. Now, I know it's always the case with cars with only 2 doors, coupes, for example. So sometimes when I'm tired, it's very tough to get a seat belt. And sometimes when my car is on a hill sideways, it's very tough because the door is so heavy. It's very tough to pull the door back. So yeah, that's another thing that I don't like. And I know that Toyota made this same version, the T Sport, with 4 doors, but I don't like the look of it. Simply to say, it's not as sporty looking. And yes, I know it's the same case with other hatchbacks with only 2 doors. But yeah, that doesn't mean that I can't just say it's not a problem. I still am not a fan of big doors. Now, the last thing that I don't like, but again, it doesn't bother me so much, is the suspension. The suspension is quite on the soft side. So in the corners, it's not gonna be as lively and as fun as, for example, the Civic Type R. Now, you may ask, why am I mentioning the Type R of the same year so much? It's because those 2 cars were rivals back in the day, Honda and Toyota. But when it comes to cornering and suspension setup, the Type R is way better. This car is kind of lacking in that department. And again, the steering response and the steering feel is very good. That's not my problem. My problem is the suspension. It's a bit wobbly. It doesn't give you much confidence, and it's not as lively. I don't go to track days that much, so it doesn't bother me, but I do sometimes go on twisty roads, and I always like wish to have a bit of a tighter suspension setup. I really love this car. But yeah, that's all the things that I don't like about the car. Again, the things are insignificant to the otherwise an amazing car. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.